Okay, so a couple of things are going on here. First of all, our motor is pretty damaged here for the Laser X. It's probably hard to see, definitely hard to see in the video, but I can feel the shaft moving around and we're not centered here. So it's, I mean, I'll put it on, you can see it there, right? See, like, that's really bad. The bearings must be blown out. And I'm figuring that by how hard it had to be working to move this mirror shuttle back and forth, how hard it was for me to move it before I cleaned it off, and the fact that this is also the channel that had all the burned traces and a bunch of missing parts. I'm pretty confident that this basically burned out and the people kept trying to run it and just basically killed everything in it. Maybe they tried to make repairs, but ultimately the motor was bad. I'm going to take it to my bench and try to spin it, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be chunky or grindy. So that's problem number one. Problem number two, this is the board here that mounts near the motor. The motor mounts in this triangle set of screw holes, and then it plugs into this 2-pin connector. And then there's this connector back here which has nothing plugged in. And then this is supposed to be the cable that goes down to the control board, which is also missing, which I think probably burned up or like fused or something. But where does that cable go? And I was trying to figure that out. And if we look at the bottom of the board, there's a Hall effect detector sensor there, but I can't figure out what it would be reading, right? So if this motor doesn't have an encoder on it, how does it know where the mirror head is? All the other ones have encoders. Like this one has an encoder here. This motor back here, on the other side of it, there's an encoder. This is the Z, this is the Y. Yeah, so there should be an encoder on here because these aren't steppers, but there isn't one. So I was like hunting around for the encoder, and I thought maybe we have a missing part which is supposed to be plugging into this connector here. But then where's that Hall effect sensor going, right? And where is the encoder? And then I realized that this plastic strip here, it's sticking up the entire length of the channel. It's a linear encoder. This is the same kind of plastic strip you find on printers for the same job, basically. You can't see it very well, but there is a pattern etched into this, and something is supposed to be sliding along this to see that pattern, and that would be on a cable connected to this board, and it should be physically mounted to the back side of here. So there's some component that's supposed to be mounted here behind the laser head that when it slides back and forth reads that linear encoder, and this is also the wire channel for that as well as the belt. So that cable is supposed to lay down across here and then connect up into here. So we're missing a lot of parts. I'm thinking it might be quite difficult to get them. Maybe we want to just convert this axis to a stepper and leave the other two as servo control. It's going to be interesting to figure out how to do it, but that would mean we need to hack this up pretty good in order to get the stepper belt in there. But then we don't have to think about encoders because it'll be open loop anyway. And basically run a smoothie board just like the K40, except that one channel would be the stepper driver, and then the other two channels, so the X was the stepper, and then Y and Z will be servo drives. That's all I can really think of right now.